Hey everyone, this is Robert Mack with Irvine Real Estate Link, your link to the information that you need to make the right decisions. So I get this question more often than not: who pays closing costs? Now, the reality is anytime a real estate transaction is happening between a buyer and a seller, the buyer has specific closing costs, the seller has specific closing costs. Some of them can overlap, some of them don't overlap. Property taxes, escrow fees, title fees, lender fees, you name it. There's a lot of people involved, when you're buying or selling a property to make sure everything gets done correctly. So who really pays for it? Well, there are certain buyer closing costs and there are certain seller closing costs. The reality is it's always negotiable. The buyer, when the market was hot, buyers were paying sellers closing costs. And when the market is not so hot, and when it's a buyer's market and the sellers are looking for buyers, then the sellers may end up paying the buyer's closing costs. So in the end, it's always a negotiable scenario. The buyers can request sellers to pay closing costs and vice versa. Keep in mind, it has to make sense for both sides. I'll give you a perfect example. If you're looking for a home right now in the Irvine area and you find a great property and it's listed for $500,000 and you're considering submitting an offer at $485 or $487 or $490, whatever the market analysis is telling you, whatever you feel is a reasonable price, that's what you want to offer. Keep in mind, if you're offering that and that's what you feel like the home is worth, and you ask for closing costs, you're actually offering much less. So for instance, if you're offering a on a $430,000 home, if you're asking for 3% for the seller as a credit, you're really only offering about $417,000. So when you do the market analysis, you want to find the right balance where you're submitting an offer that makes sense to the seller, you're submitting an offer that makes sense to you, even including the credits. And you also want to submit an overall offer that's going to make sense to the appraiser. What's happening a lot is, homes are worth $450,000 and buyers will go in at $465,000 and ask for credits because they want to be the highest offer due to the multiple offer scenarios with many other buyers. And the reality is if you overbid on a property, you're going to get red flagged by the appraiser. So if you're working with a realtor, they're going to help you understand the process. If you're not working with a realtor and you want to talk to us about it, or you want to shoot us an email, my contact information is below. We'd love to talk to you about your specific scenario. But keep in mind, buyer closing costs and seller closing costs, they're all negotiable. It's all part of the negotiation process. It's all part of the agreement. However you decide to set it up is the way it's going to happen. Right now, if you want to ask me how I set them up, my opinion is that most of the buyers I work with are requesting closing costs so that they don't have to come in with that additional funds and they can use that money to make up their own upgrades and things like that. So that's my message for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Whether you're a buyer or a seller, closing costs are always an issue. Please feel free to share this video with anybody you know that may appreciate it. If you like it, leave a comment. We'd love to hear your feedback. Check out my website, irvinerealestatелink.com, and become a fan of our Facebook page at facebook.com/Irvine Real Estate Link. Thanks so much, and I'll talk to you soon.